by definition, peer pressure says that it refers to the influence exerted by a peer group in encouraging a person to change his or her attitudes, values, behaviors, or in order to conform to the group's norm. So they're changing what you want to do based on they're pressuring you to change what you believe and what you want to do to fit in with the crowd. So peer pressure affects me, affects you, your parents, everybody. It affects us every day, whether you know it or not. Things could happen to you and you not even know that that was peer pressure, but it is. So can anybody tell me an example of peer pressure that they know of? Anybody? You? Come on. You? Okay. Oh, sorry. Sir?
Yeah, like if you were in a group and they were like pressuring you to bully someone else.
Bully someone else? Yeah, that's good. Okay, he said that if you're in a group of people and you see another person and your group of friends is bullying that person, you're pressured to join in with that group and bully that person as well. But do you know a way to resist that peer pressure? Leave, or could you speak out to your friends for the other person's benefit? You could say, well, yeah, that's not right to make fun of those people, or don't go along with other people. So it doesn't always affect you in conventional ways. Other ways that it can affect you is if you're in a group of people and your friends are acting in very sinful ways and you go along with the sinful ways of them. So you have to be firm and stand for what you believe in as Christians. You can't be afraid to speak out against what the sinful people are doing, and yeah, you have to be bold in your Christianity. It says right here. It says in 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." So God has given us the spirit inside of us that it's filled with power and it's filled with power, love, and self-discipline. We're not filled with fear and timidity. You have to be strong, and you have to believe in yourself and believe in what you know is right and what you believe in as being a Christian. And with standing up for your beliefs, there will be people who say mean things, ridicule you for what you're believing and what you're standing for. But there will be other Christians or other people around you that will hear your proclamation of what you believe in and will think great things of your character, will look up to you, and maybe even come and ask you to talk to them more about Christ. You can bring them, just from standing up for what you believe in, you can bring other people to Christ through that. It says in Hebrews 10:36. It says, "You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what He has promised." So when you believe in Jesus and you do the will of God, you're going to get in return what He has promised us. Wait 1 second. So we need to not be afraid to share the good news of Jesus. And I don't know if you've heard us talking about this before, we've said it many times, but good news, gospel means good news. So sharing the word of God, of the gospel, is just like sharing good news. If you have a good grade, if you go to a job interview and you have that good news, what do you do when you go to somebody, when you're out of that interview or out of that test? You tell and you share the good news. You share with your friends, your family, whatever. So you share them and you're glad to share with them. Jesus wants us to do that with the gospel. He wants us to take it as it's the best news, well, it is the best news that we've ever heard. And we're going to share it with everybody that comes in contact with us, and they're going to feel the Spirit within us. So we need to share with them and be bold and be not scared for what you think and what you believe is right. So in Matthew 7:15-17, it says, "Beware of false prophets who disguise themselves as harmless sheep, but are really vicious wolves. We can identify them by their fruit, that is, by the way they act. Can you pick grapes from a thorn bush or figs from thistles? A good tree produces good fruit, and a bad tree produces bad fruit. So what is this fruit that we're talking about? It talks about it in Galatians 5:22. It says, "But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." So if we're one of these people that if we are a good tree and we're producing good fruit, these are the kinds of attributes that we will have. We're going to love, we're going to have joy. We are going to seek peace. And the people that are producing bad fruit in their life, they are going to be the people who do not have these attributes, who do not exhibit these kind of behaviors in their life. And you can see this just by seeing somebody and seeing how they act, and you can spot their good fruit that they're producing or their bad fruit. So, not just people our age give into these peer pressures. Or like people our age, people younger, people older, adults. Have you guys face peer pressures every day?
Yes.
You do? How about in college? Peer pressures? You face peer pressures? We all do. So don't think that just because we're in school, just because your peers, just because your friends just because your friends are peer pressuring you, that's not the only people that are being peer pressured. You're not the only ones. We are all being peer pressured. We all have to stand against these peer pressures, and through that, or with standing up standing up to these peer pressures, we need to take it to the Word, take it to the Bible. Through the Bible, you will not have trouble with peer pressure. The Lord will speak through you, and you are going to produce great fruit just like this. So, the way around peer pressure, well, there's no way exactly around it, but a way to resist peer pressure is the ability to acknowledge what is right and what is wrong, and the ability to constitute your decisions based on the Spirit and not what pleases man. We need to live our life in what pleases God and is not what pleases man. So, in the Bible, peer pressure even happened in the Bible. You may think, oh, well, it's just us. No. It even happened in the Bible. It was happening every day. So in here, in the story in the Bible, we're going to talk about Pilate and Jesus. And this is a big example of peer pressure. So, go to the next one. It says, "So then the whole assembly rose and led him off to Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, 'We found this man subverting our nation. He's opposed payment of taxes to Caesar, and has claimed to be Christ, a king.' So Pilate asked Jesus, 'Are you king of the Jews? Are you the king of the Jews?' 'Yes, it is as you say,' Jesus replied." And subverting, if you didn't know what that means, it means to corrupt, destroy, or damage. Or sabotage. So the reason that they brought Jesus to Pilate is because he was the governor of the Roman Empire at the time, and they needed his permission before that they could do anything to him. And because they started making up false accusations, just like subverting our nation, imposing taxes to Caesar. These are fake claims that they've made up to make him seem like he's done more than what he has actually done, which is nothing. He is an innocent man. The only thing he has done is spread the word. He's spread it to everybody that he's came across. He's only helped the nation, and these people are trying to destroy him. So, okay, go to the next one.